Hello and welcome to the Valley Forge Disc Golf Association's 2021 Battle of Greystone Woods, presented by the Valley Forge Sports Network. I'm Chris DeMarco, elated to be joined by my co-commentator, Lefty McGovern. Now, Lefty, this is by no means the first VFDGA event, but it is our first PDGA sanctioned tournament. How excited are you for the action here today?
Yeah, Chris, thanks a lot for having me back. Great to be here. Great to see that the event is at our home course of Greystone Woods in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Big thanks to Chris and Scott for hosting the whole thing. Chris, how does it feel?
Yeah, VFDGA has been a passion project for a long time, but we have so many people to thank for putting this together. My fellow TD, Scott DeMarco, the filmers, Brian Roeder and Tim Gabur, everybody who contributed to the whole sponsor signs, Lefty for commentating. We got Dan Schifrin and David Wang coming in for round 2 commentary. So I just feel like everything's moving up here on VFSN.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. We have some storms about to roll in for round 2, but round 1 looks great. Let's get right into it. Battle of Greystone Woods 2021. Let's go.
Let's get it. Hole 1 is a 233-foot par 3. Interesting starting hole. Very straightforward and simple enough to get your round started off with a 2, but you saw how far right that slope leans, and there are trees, so you can start off with a little danger here. We got Evan Losh starting things off for our feature card with his champion Eagle.
I guessed myself.
We've got Willem Kline, Kyle O'Brien, and Christopher Costleigh here joining us on the feature card today. Will's up on the tee. Let's see what he can do.
You guys might not have seen Willem Kline. Actually, you've never seen Willem Kline here on this channel, but his last Greystone event was earlier this summer. He placed first in the MA2 division. Good ups to him. And in round 2 of that tournament, he started off with 3 straight birdies. So let's see if he can get hot here quick.
Parlay that success here, maybe. Now we got Kyle O'Brien, VFDGA Classic. He grew up in the cul-de-sac of Valley Forge Drive. I've played so much disc golf and frisbee golf with him. He looks to be in a little bit of trouble on that left side there, but he's got a crafty sidearm, might be able to get out of it. And Chris Costleigh up on the tee. He's turning himself into a bit of a legend here on this channel, Lefty.
Yeah, if you've seen this channel before, you definitely know him. Super recognizable, great beard, second best in the association if you ask me.
Love that. Now he is also in some big trouble here. Chops wood on that first available there, but it looks like he's back out to the fairway.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully he's just going to be able to get up and down for the bogey 4 here. Not the start he wanted, but this shot should shape up naturally for his backhand.
That is not what you want to see. Unlucky. Someone who knows these woods so well probably wasn't expecting this on his first hole, but he'll bounce back.
Looks like Kyle's trying to go backdoor with the sidearm here. You can see just how cold it is here in the morning. That cold air coming out of his front of his face there. That is where people breathe out of. And goes again to the sidearm, but that one gets brushed down. He looks like he's still got a long way to go there, Kyle does. Unfortunate. Back to Costleigh here. Seems to be going with a mid-range. Looks like he's going to try and just flex this one out, have it land flat on the green.
That roll away is not friendly.
Yeah, that's harsh. That is very harsh. Costleigh has an interesting strategy here. Seems to be trying to get as much camera time as he can early on in the round. I love it.
The more shots, the more camera.
Evan Losh, one of our higher rated players here in the tournament at Battle of Greystone Woods. I expect to see big things from him. And Willem might be able to give this one a go for the birdie 2. I'm not sure if he can see the basket from here. Looks like he probably can't. He'll take the easy 3.
Still a great bid. And Chris, you've said on this hole before that although that ridgeline makes it seem like a harder shot, it is kind of equal ground.
Ooh, great bid from Kyle O'Brien there. Not the start he wanted either. Lefty, tournaments are so challenging. You're starting off earlier in the morning. There's always that morning dew, the cold, crisp air, and now we've added in this factor of playing on camera. Kyle and Costleigh have played on camera quite a bit before, but it's undeniable that there's got to be a little bit of an extra factor of nerves for them here.
Yeah, I mean, tournament day is stressful enough, and adding the VFDGA and all the cameras and all that can't be easy for these newcomers.
Evan Losh able to pick up his par 3. Considering the circumstances, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. The first 4 holes here at Greystone Woods are very challenging holes, so our competition is just going to be probably looking to get through at even par for the first 4, and they'll be in great position to be able to attack holes 5 through 9, which are very birdieable. Kyle, unfortunately, gets himself a double bogey, and Costleigh, definitely not the start he wanted with the triple there. But we're going to roll into hole 2 here at the Battle of Greystone Woods. Par 4, 465. Now this tee shot, a lot of people do attack. I think it's one where you really want to kind of play safe to in front of the log here. Set yourself up for the ability to go big with a strong hyzer sidearm. But this one's 465, plays uphill the whole way. Very, very narrow, winding fairway. Pretty challenging hole here. Looks like we're going to see Evan step up to the tee. He's a very dominant backhand player. You're going to see mostly backhands out of him. I love his form.
Buddy.
And he shapes that one up beautifully, but it is quite a bit inside. And the backhand spin off of that tree going down the hill, lefty, he's far off in the rough there.
Yeah, I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. This hole could get away from you, and if you can get out of here with a par, you're lucky. Sidearm here from Willem, and he nails first available. Unlucky.
Yeah, that's not what you want there. Interesting to see him go sidearm. It seems like Willem is a sidearm dominant player. I know Kyle almost exclusively throws sidearms. And that may have seemed really fortunate, but it is quite open on that back door. I expect him to be able to attack the green, get a look at the 3. Costleigh stepping up with the backhand. Absolutely pewers this one up the gap. Gets the skip over the log. Very nice throw.
That's exactly the drive you want, and Costleigh after that first hole, the drive that he needed.
Dang.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I seem to be getting less impressed by clearing the log. I mean, I thought it was such an incredible feat. Costleigh is a great player, but we've seen it happen so frequently on this channel recently as Willem kind of kicks back center fairway there that I'm wondering if it's not as big of a feat as we once thought. Maybe the competition's just getting better.
I think like you said earlier, it's all about the placement on this hole and being able to attack on that second shot, especially for a righty backhand. You want to put yourself in a position to be able to get up close to the green. As we see Losh going with that backhand.
That is an absolutely beautiful stroke. To be able to get that much spin on the disc to get it to turn, let alone from a standstill. He was almost in like a patent pending position there. And Willem not quite up as far up the fairway as I thought. I'm not sure if he'll be able to attack that aggressively here.
This does line up for a nice forehand from a righty. He puts it on the fairway, probably not as far as he wanted, but that tree was definitely in his way.
Yeah, and Kyle, not a great spot to be. It is a little bit of a toss-up here when you drift out left off the fairway. He's going to struggle to get this one to push far on that big hyzer. But he gets himself up to the big log. He'll have a putt from there for the birdie 3. Not bad at all.
You see so many players land their approach shots up by that log. Every righty seems to get stuck up there at one point.
Yeah, I think guys stick with too strong of a hyzer. So I think what is really a great play, I see Scott DeMarco go to it a lot, is to go with something less stable, put it up a little nose up, so that way the disc can finish flat, maybe even drift a little left. If you go strong hyzer, it's easier to hit the gap in the line, but it does kind of get caught up on that big log there. Yeah. As we see Costleigh leave this one a bit high, drifts a bit left, but that's a great spot to be. I expect him to clean that one up for the birdie 3. I appreciate Willem's step putt form. We don't have any guys in the VFDGA that putt anything like that.
And that was real deep. And he really got closer than I thought he would.
I don't know. Maybe he's like an ultimate player. He almost has like a throw there. Evan giving it a great bid. I really would love to see him be able to attack on these first 4, but if he can just get through par, I think he's going to have a lot of success in the middle of this course. And Kyle O'Brien, just a bit short left. He has really been working on his putting form. I don't know if you saw how he putted back in the day. It was interesting, to say the least, but he's got a textbook classic form now. I like it a lot.
I remember seeing him at the Summer Jamboree, and his putt was on, and I have a feeling it's going to be on again today.
Costleigh looking to make back some of that triple bogey in the first hole.
Oh, he goes super aggressive, and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, he always putts super fast. You have to respect that as a disc golfer, but unfortunately unable to hit the mark there for the birdie.
There you go.
Willem cleans up with the bogey. Considering he hit first available on a challenging par 4, I think he's got to try to keep his head up here. That's not a bad result.
Bogeying hole 2 is not a bad place to be.
No. this is an AM disc golf tournament, so a lot of our players here are rated, 880 to 940, I would say. And while it doesn't feel good to get a bogey, you've got to remember you can make mistakes in AM disc golf and still come out on top.
Especially on these first 4 holes here at Greystone Woods.
Yeah, Costleigh had a chance to really bounce back off of that 3. Like we said, par is good here, but I know he's not going to be happy with that. Unfortunate. Decent scoring for our card as we step into hole 3, par 4, 415. Now this tee shot is very challenging. It's quite a bit uphill, and you can see that the canopy comes quite low near the crest of the hill. Most drives are going to go towards the logs here on the ground if they are pured. But this is really, again, one where I think your second shot is the one where you can attack. Go with that aggressive sidearm on the second shot, and you should find yourself in circle 2 with a putt. Unless you're Evan, of course, he's going to probably try to go with that turnover backhand on the second shot like he does. I love it.
No.
And I'm going to say this is the exact same tee shot we saw from him on hole 2. Perfect shape to the flight, but he drifted it a little inside left, a little early. And Kyle turns that one over a bit. Nice play off of the log there. He might be able to get crafty. Might be able to get crafty there, get into
that
the
left side of
birdie.
the fairway is not a bad place to be. There are worse places to be on this course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta love Costleigh's backhand run-up. There is nothing prettier that has been caught on film by this crew.
Yeah, and you, I love that. Well, maybe his beard and
Wow.
face. Wow, look at that. But
4K, folks. Look at this.
Yeah, I think Evan Losh actually mentioned it on the first hole. Costleigh has a run-up now. He literally goes, "You have a run-up now?" Because Costleigh was exclusively standstill. And Willem, that might have looked like a bit of a misfire, but I see him go with that high Anheuser sidearm quite a bit. Shouts out to Costleigh, member of the NJ Goldfinches. Willem not very far up the fairway, forced to go with the standstill because of how rocky things are here at Greystone, and that's a crucial little skip over there. That's going to put him right into range, I think. Might be able to attack for the birdie 3. And just as we expected, he literally says, "I have no forehand." He's going with his DXT bird here.
Oh, get off that, yeah.
Look at the shape of this backhand. Still leaves himself quite a bit for the putt. But again, the ability to get flip up out of a disc from that weird standstill angle is going to give him so much flexibility. And speaking of weird
Looks like
positions
Costleigh's trying
and
to chop
angles,
this tree down.
Yeah, this
Come
is,
down there.
This is a weird angle.
All right, he says.
Costleigh said, "You know what? I didn't help enough before the event. I didn't get in enough coursework. I want to chop down more trees out here." As we see Kyle go into his champion Firebird, one of his go-tos in the bag. Unfortunate kick off of that tree. Not sure if he's really going to have a look, but he'll definitely be getting away with the 4, I would say. You got to remember, these first 4 holes are the most challenging, so you really don't need to start off too hot. Unfortunately, I doubt that's what these guys are thinking. They're probably thinking, "I'm playing on camera. I got to hit all the big shots." But they're not out of this yet.
Kyle goes aggressive and falls up a little short.
He's almost got one of those little stab steppers there. I like that.
I'm gonna call a Willem banger right here.
I love it. Oh, you still want to call that? He's in the straddle now.
I'm gonna stay true.
Great, Ron. Little low left. Common miss for AM players.
I meant to say he would hit the basket. Not that
Yes,
he would go
yes,
in.
of course. That's what I thought. We got Evan looking to attack.
Again,
Dead
more
center,
metal.
but low. Yeah. Again, I hate to. I don't want to blame the players, but I think it's the nerves. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of early releases. We're seeing a lot of low putts. Except Costleigh. I mean, he's just ripping everything. Come on, come on. It's Costleigh.
Chris, what do you call a hole that everyone pars? Is that
That's a barbecue. If it's only 2 guys, it's just 2 guys grilling. That's just 2 guys grilling if it's only 2 players.
A barbecue here on hole 3.
We're going to move into hole 4, the most challenging hole here at Greystone Woods, par 3, 351. Yes, this hallway is ridiculously tight and narrow, but look at how much control you need on the tail end of your shot to get to the basket. You've got this ridiculously narrow gap here. You've got the triple trees on the left. Pick your poison, lefty. Even if you pure the gap here, there is still so much danger waiting for you. Of course, that huge drop off behind the green.
Thought it might rain.
And shout out to Tom Taylor for helping out here. Lefty, every single course in America has that one guy, the mayor of the course, that almost like a ghost of the course. Here at Greystone Woods, we've got Tom Taylor as Evan steps up to the tee with his eagle. You have many interactions with Tom?
I mean, shout out Tom Taylor. This guy was.
Hello.
I did play in this tournament. For those of you who don't know, I
don't know why I wasn't on feature card. He says.
yeah, as an MA3 player.
No.
But he was putting little flags down where everyone's disc was landing to make sure everyone knew where their disc was. It is quite hard to find, especially if you go left of the fairway here. Many discs get lost.
Great shot from Evan. It did get stopped short by those Guardian trees. Kyle going sidearm. Such an interesting choice.
Chris, how do you feel about having a dominant forehand player and a dominant backhand player on the same card? Did you plan it that way?
I did not. I did not at all. I mean, admittedly, I did put Losh on the card. I mean, Losh and Willem asked. They asked to be in the card. They got on the card. But I did have Evan in mind. You know I'm a huge backhand turnover guy. So I just wanted to stare at his throws all day. I am a little biased as Costleigh just absolutely fillets and sautés the gap here on hole 4. But again, those Guardian trees are so difficult. It's almost, I don't want to say it's luck to get through them, but it's just really challenging to get a look at the safe 2 here.
As upsetting as that tree sound might be, you definitely don't want to go long on this hole. So coming up short is not the worst.
Another guy going sidearm here. Folks, I cannot stress, this is such an uncommon thing to see. And Willem is in trouble here. He's in a rough spot, but he seems to be able to get crafty with some weird angles. He might be able to find a gap and get himself a look at the par.
You can really tell an ultimate player when you see one.
You think he was? I don't know that for sure, but it seems like he might have been.
I'm going to strong hunch that he's an ultimate player.
Yeah.
Too hard.
Kyle rips on his Firebird here and just goes way long. I think he's going to be very happy. He looked like he could have gone another 60 long. That was a good tree hit there. Yeah, Willem in a tough spot.
This one up.
And he got stopped by the log there. That's not where you want to be looking for a bogey here on hole 4.
Looks like he played it a little scared, as we're going to see Evan Losh seeing someone come up short and someone go long right before him.
He needs to just lay this out, I'm going to be honest.
Oh my God.
And he sits perfectly. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive. I'm not sure if he intended to go that aggressive. I think if you can par the first 3, just get your par on 4, get through, get to hole 5 even, and you're in great shape. Let's see if Kyle can hit the comebacker here. He's got a really interesting form. He really extends the hands well, gets that back leg up to make sure he can really push as far as he wants. And I'll say it again, this is not the bogey putt you want here on hole 4.
Let me see why.
Tough spot to be. And he's got to putt twice here. You hate to have to putt twice.
Good timing.
He opts to play it safe.
I don't know. I think he was probably trying to run that just in a tough spot. He's probably looking at a triple here. Evan grabs his par.
If you want to see some great putts on hole 4, shout out Shane Sassone, Arctic Tundra. Go watch that video.
Yeah, the Valley Forge Disc Golf League, if you haven't seen it, is a 3v3 scramble league that we have here on Valley Forge Sports Network. We got 4 teams in the league, 3-week regular season. I appreciate that plug, Lefty. Kyle cleans up. Unfortunate bogey for Kyle. Now, hole 5, par 3, 285. This is one where you really have 2 options. You can either take the sidearm out over the left side, try to crash one down, or you can go with the backhand, right up the gap. If you're going backhand, most guys are going to go with a slower speed disc that kind of falls flat straight down out of the air. If you're going with the sidearm, you're probably going to go overstable, high-speed driver. Evan looks to be going with that DXT bird on the Anheuser line. This is why we got him on the feature card.
I mean, I've never seen a righty go backhand off the left side on this
Yes,
hole.
sir, Evan.
And he puts it right inside circle 1.
Look at that counter spin as well. Let's take another look at that, please. That was beautiful. All right, Costleigh with the sidearms. So this is way too wide here. He may be able to get lucky through the bramble, but that's not a good spot to be. All right, we got Kyle O'Brien here on the tee. Looks to be going with that champion Firebird again. Now this is looking a lot more like the line, yeah.
He goes a little long. But even if you go short and you don't get the full flight that you want, you're going to get knocked down on the fairway.
Willem stepping up to the tee. Drifts a bit high, but it looks to be crashing down hard. That's a great stroke. Yeah. Lands that one right in the circle. Let's take another look at that shot from Willem. Now, Costleigh is off in the deep rough. I actually saw him lose a disc here in the tournament once before. He's probably having flashbacks. I don't think that they saw that one was coming in.
He definitely goes a little bit longer than he wanted to, but still a makeable putt, as we've seen Costleigh able to throw in some bangers.
And we got to check in with our card who started on 7 here. We got Matt Coltrera at even, Billy Hove at even, Jevin at +1, and Austin Barron starting off at -3 through 5 holes. Look at this kid. Austin just started playing golf. I'm a big fan of him, Lefty.
You can't help but be pumped going 3 for 3 on the first 3 holes here.
Yeah, he looks stoked. Kyle going to a split. I would have gone for a knee there, but Kyle said, nope, I'm wearing shorts. I'm going to do a full split. I love it. Costleigh from range. Just low. Good pace on it, but that's not going to par.
I think Costleigh just needs to get one in, and I think the rest of his day will be smooth sailing.
Willem grabs the first birdie of the card. You hear Evan say, cards on the board. And Evan's got a nice looking birdie putt here as well. I expect him to clean this one up, though. This is a tester from about 20-something feet.
Especially this early in the tournament. You want to see these... Oof. You want to see these putts go in. It'll really help you through the rest of your day.
That was the definition of getting nubbed there, Lefty. That's such a tough break, especially... I mean, you got to sympathize with Evan here. Goes even through the first 4 holes. He's playing on camera. No disrespect, but his card mates aren't playing the best golf. It's not easy to play great when your card mates are struggling. He comes into hole 5 with a perfect tee shot, perfect putt, and it gets nubbed out. That's a tough break. Hole 6, par 3, 249. What appears to be a very simple left to right hyzer shot can actually get tricky with this leaning left tree you'll see on the front of the tee here. And shouts out to Kyle O'Brien for sponsoring this hole. He's such a big part of what we're able to do here in the VFDGA. But you're going to see Willem probably try to keep things on the inside right line. Oh, he swings that out wide left, barely dodges the tree. But yeah, this does look like a very simple hyzer, but it can be tricky because those trees on the left side are just leaning so far in. Really forces you to control your angles in the beginning of the flight here.
That's a great looking shot. It's going to wind up a bit short, and as you can see, we have a lot of trees protecting that green. But I think he'll find his way through.
Yeah, you see Kyle opt to go with a little bit of that anhyzer so that he can push it from the right to the left, drift it out, and have it crash back in. Unfortunately, he didn't get the full flight there, but he should have a look at the birdie too. Costleigh trying to match Evan's line with the turnover. Actually, he was trying to look like he was trying to favor the anhyzer line. I think this is one where if you want to go backhand, you really need to go with the hyzer flip up that then turns. If you try to go pure Annie, that left tree is just going to get in your way. I see it happen all the time.
Yeah, that tunnel is a little bit too tight for those type of shots, if you ask me.
Yeah. I even heard that David, I think, is trying to go left of the tree now. So he's trying to swing it out with the pure Annie the whole way. Psychotic to me. But so many different options here at Greystone Woods. You love to see what the players come up with. And Costleigh probably just trying to get up and down for the par. And unfortunately hits the big tree. Leaves himself with about a 22-footer. That's not what I want to see him have to take right now. And that is a smart golf player right there from Willem. He got his birdie on the last hole. He's probably feeling good, but decides not to attack there. I think I just heard Evan say floaty bid. He's just one of those guys. I'm going to throw all backhands. I'm going to attack every putt. You got to love watching him play.
These are some great AM disc golfers, and I think it's only going to take one big putt to let one of these guys just go off. More basket hits. As Kyle's happy that one doesn't go in the water.
Costleigh for the par. Yes. Sneaks one in there. Great putt from Christopher Costleigh, number 22 of the New Jersey Goldfinches. He's going to be happy with that one, moving into hole 7. Evan's got a little bit of a tester coming back, but he seems to be doing really well from inside that 15-18 range today. Nice putt right in the center of the heart of the chains. The center of the heart of the chains. Kyle gets the par as well.
Another barbecue. Again, a lot of golf left.
Yeah, we got 36 holes here today, and I told the guys before the round, not that they need to be coached by me or anything, but I told them, like, make sure you play 18 out there today. Don't let things get too ugly on camera. Hole 7, par 3, 211 feet. This is one where, yes, the gap off the tee is very tight, but you have so much danger looming on the fairway. I think if you can pure the first gap, the first part of the flight will take you the rest of the way there. Just get through this first gap on a hyzer. Majority of the time, if your disc is too fast, it's probably just going to hit a tree anyway. So, of course, you do want the angle control, you do want the speed control, but realistically, if you can just get through the gap on a decent hyzer, you should be fine. And Evan burns that one over quickly. Very difficult line to take, that backhand and hyzer.
Yeah, that's a hole where he definitely is going to want a forehand. And if you want to learn about forehands, here you go.
Yeah, Kyle O'Brien. He opts to put one out a bit high and flat. Not sure if that was intentional. We'll see what Kyle does there. He's not the most aggressive putter, but he does seem to have a lot more confidence with his putt. He might give that a run. And Costleigh just burns that one over quite a bit there. But he's a crafty woods golfer. We might see him go with one of those upside-down approaches there. Looks like Evan's going to go with the outside line. Look at the control on this putter shot from Evan Losh. That is beautiful.
He's getting that pink putter to sit real nicely for him on the green here. We saw it on 4. We see it again here. He's not taking those big skips.
Kyle Fairbanks cleaning up here on hole 10 after a beautiful drive. Looks like he's grabbing the birdie here. One of our more higher rated players today. Definitely somebody that we might expect to see make the lead card for round 2. And let's take a look at our leaderboard here. We've got Austin Barron, -4. John Eckert, VFDGA member, sitting at -2 after 6 holes. Pat Rebertone, -1. And Dylan Cook sitting at even. Dylan and Austin are 2 of our higher rated players. So, again, we might see those guys later. And Costleigh, just absolutely unfortunate here on the green of hole 7. That is not the kind of putt you want to be looking at for a par, especially being +4 through 6. Not sure if Kyle's going to run this one. Looks like he does. Gives it kind of a moderately safe bid. He'll be able to clean up the par 3. Curious where Willem landed on that drive there.
Costleigh needs to take a breath and put this in.
Yeah, well, he always takes a breath. He always takes a huge deep breath before he throws and pops.
This could turn his whole day around.
No, we saw him hit that exact putt on opening day of the VFDGA, but unfortunately he's not able to hit it here. And this looks like it might be a trebling spot, but Evan's such a great straddle putter. I think we're going to see him save the par.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Thankfully, that does not roll away. Evan has a very slow pro wobble, we'll say, to his putt, so that does leave a lot of danger to roll away, but...
Oh, Willem cleans up for birdie, and the kid's on a tear. He might be down 2 strokes, but look for him to stay hot here.
Yeah, and you mentioned he went 3 down through 3 at the last tournament, so maybe he's kind of a hot and cold player. We might see him heat up here going into hole 8. Still quite a few scoreable holes coming up here at Greystone Woods. Evan, unfortunately, going to grab his first bogey of the round. Maybe that's what he needs, though. Maybe that's what he needs. You know, start moving up. Maybe it'll help him come back down. Hole 8, par 3, 194. Ridiculously narrow backhand hyzer shot for the righty players. You do have a little bit of trouble on this green with the rollaways towards the water, so you really want to make sure you put enough spin on the disc. If you throw this one too gingerly, you might find yourself with some danger and roll into the water. Willem going with the backhand. and this one actually got stuck in the tree. I'm not sure if we can see it up in the top left there, but he got this one stuck in the tree. We are not playing with the 2-meter rule. Hear Evan talking about his slingshot in the background. Looks like Kyle's going to be going with that champion Firebird.
Everyone stop what you're doing. Kyle O'Brien throwing a backhand, and that's...
Maybe resume what you're doing and look away for now. That's unfortunate. This really does not shape up well for the sidearm turnover. There's just too much danger. If you cut roll, you'll be right back into the water. Evan, very comfortable backhand player. Let's see what he can do here on hole 8. You gotta love his reach back. I'm gonna be saying it the whole round. That one did sail right into the water, out of bounds here on hole 8. But I think it crossed out right by the stump there. He should be able to just get the tap in 3.
Yeah.
Costleigh going with his tactic on the hyzer line. Just Costleigh's been early, he's been late. He's kind of all over the place right now, to be
It's
honest.
a rough day continues.
Yeah.
Takes the visor off.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to play.
I'm scared now. This is going in. I'm calling it. Going into the fairway, and he's just chopping wood. Let's see if he can cash in this par from absolute distance here.
Get some tree help.
Yeah, that one looked like it was definitely going into the water there, so I think he'll be glad to take the bogey, all things considered. So, look at Evan here. First throw, gets it right out of the tree. I mean, did anybody get that? We have a 3-camera setup here, so we can cover the angles, but we're mostly focused on getting the throws. Unfortunately, we missed the close-up, Evan, of you just absolutely pulverizing that disc in the tree. Great play. And this one's rolling.
And he's going to be right up under. That needs to lay down.
And
Bingo.
it does. And it does. Kyle choosing to go with the standstill. Decent bid. Unfortunately, he will be looking at the bogey from there. And we've got Evan. This is a little... They gave him a little bit further of a position than they needed to, I think, here. It's kind of hard to see with that blind green.
There you go.
But he cashes it in.
That's a great looking putt.
That's a great putt from Evan. Loves that straddle. Really nice. Let's take another look at this one. This is huge because he bogeyed the last hole. You hate to see him kind of start slipping away. He's sitting at +1 through 7 going into this putt. That's a great putt.
That's a kid who is making adjustments on the green. We saw him miss low a couple times early, and he sneaks that one right over for a nice looking putt.
Yeah, well said. Costleigh, after getting that little lucky skip off of the tree there and avoiding the river, we did play water and the cross as OB. Generally, if you get lucky and land on the other side, you'll be fine, but shout out to Scott for a great layout here. And Scott also got the Bushnell distance on a lot of these holes, so you might be seeing some shorter distances than they're used to as we step into hole 9, par 3, 219. Classic Greystone Woods, woodsy disc golf shot. You're either going left side with the sidearm or right side with the backhand. Either way you go, the ceiling is very low here on hole 9. Let's see if these guys can finish out the front 9 with a nice birdie too. Common mistake from Willem there. Swings it out a bit too far left. Evan's going eagle, so he'll probably be taking the right side. Probably going to try to play a little skip shot here with that fast speed disc. That one looked like it kicked off the rock. Puts him in range for the look at the putt.
And that's a wood shot if I've ever seen one.
Truly. I can't say it enough. Kyle's one of the nicest guys you'll meet out there on the disc golf course. He does so much to help out the VFDGA. Doesn't really have as much time. He lives in Brooklyn, a little further away than some of these other guys, but any chance he gets, he does help us out a ton.
Once a cul-de-sac boy, always a cul-de-sac boy.
Of course. Absolutely earned himself a spot on feature card. Now, Kyle, what's Lefty's rating, Kyle? Do you remember offhand?
That's not my name, but we're going to keep going.
What's Lefty's rating, Kyle? Lefty, your rating is at like 750. Don't think I didn't check the round ratings on your score. But
Hey,
you know
listen.
what? You're getting better.
I don't have a rating for now, but Kyle O'Brien's rating is 923, which is above average for this for this tournament. As Chris said before, it's between 880 and 940.
Yeah, so, a lot of people who are watching this video probably haven't seen Kyle play, but he is getting really good really fast. He used to play a lot of object golf around the neighborhood at Valley Forge Drive. We used to play with Ultimate Frisbee discs and lampposts. Yes, we did hit a lot of cars. No, we didn't do any damage to them. And Willem, unfortunately, doing a little bit of damage to his scorecard with that miss right there. Just tough to gain momentum when you're out here in the tournament, in front of the cameras for the first time. We just get so many viewers on this channel that it's so much pressure to these guys. All right, come on, Costleigh. End it out with a good one. And he does.
Costleigh showing off for the tens of people at home.
Yeah, nice par putt from Chris Costleigh there. Good looking stuff from number 22. Now, this is Evan's chance to get on the board here. See if he can get back down to even. You got a nice skip off the rock.
Low again
Just
from Evan
low.
Losh. Like, gosh.
Low Losh. Yeah, we texted Evan, how do you pronounce your last name? He goes, Lake Gosh. And I was like, is there a Lake Gosh? I think he meant to say like Gosh. Kyle cleaning up the putt here on hole 9.
Dang it, stop it.
We got a lot of golf left to go here, Lefty, but +1, +3, +4, and +7. I mean, you're no stranger to the cameras. Did you expect to see better golf? We know that they're all capable of it, or did you kind of think that they were going to go into this with some nerves and kind of struggle a bit off the green and on the tee? What do you think?
Yeah, being that I don't really know Willem and Evan that well, I don't really know what I was expecting out of them, but Christopher Costleigh is someone who, in the VFDGL and in the backyard, has thrived with the cameras present. Once he gets confident, there's really no stopping him on the green, and I thought that would really help him today, but let's see what he can do on the back.
Yeah, and the leaderboard's looking pretty hot. I mean, we had a couple guys down around neg 4, a couple guys at neg 1, neg 2. So realistically, I'm not sure if Costleigh's going to be able to stride and get on lead card for round 2. But, I mean, +4, +7 for Kyle and Costleigh. It's definitely still possible for them to take this tournament down, but we are going to need to see some much better golf on the back 9. Folks, 2021 Battle of Greystone Woods. We'll see you on the back 9.